Hello everyone, welcome to the new video for class 6 impressions. Today we are going to read the lesson, that is chapter number 11, The Rescue of the Tin Woodman. That is written by the L. Frank Baum. So the drill is the same. I hope you have remembered the drill we have been doing for impressions. The drill is that first we will read the text or the passage thoroughly, and once the passage is done we will go through the meanings, we will go through the explanations, and so once it is done the question answers for the passage or the question answers of the passage will be given as homework to you so that you can do them. I hope that the way the chapter will be taught to you, the way I will teach you the chapters, there will be no problem for you to solve the question answers. So what you have to do is you have to take your book, you have to open page number 84 and you have to listen to me very carefully. Okay. So it is page 84, chapter 11, The Rescue of the Tin Woodman. That's written by none other than L. Frank Baum. But first we need to know about the writer, and about the writer you will know from page 91. Page 91, L. Lyman Frank Baum was an American author, playwright and journalist who wrote one of the most popular books in children's literature. So what we have here is the nationality of the author, that is Lyman Frank Baum. And I hope you know the meaning of playwright. Playwright means dramatist. In an easier word, the meaning of playwright is dramatist. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is one of his famous creations. And by the way, this passage is also adapted or is an excerpt from the main text, that is the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. The feminine gender of wizard is witch. It was published in 1900. The story was adapted as a musical in 1903. He wrote 13 more novels based on the places and people of the land of the Oz. So here we'll be going through the text. Come back at page 84. Here we begin. Have you ever imagined traveling to a strange, adventurous land? What kind of land is it? Tell your class about it or draw a picture to show what it is like. So the warm-up has already started. The drill has already started. What is this about? That at the very context of the beginning of the text we come to know that this is a passage about an adventurous land, and the story that we'll be going through will be very exciting, will be very adventurous. You are about to read an excerpt from the novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. The novel was first published in 1900 and has since then been popular among children. The novel is about a 12-year-old girl named Dorothy Gale who lives on a Kansas farm along with her uncle Henry and Aunt Em. So, at the very beginning, before the story begins, we come here through the introduction being given here, we come across to know about the basic things or the basic needful rights about the story. And there we come across about the protagonist. We can say the main character, that is none other than Dorothy Gale, who is a girl who lives in Kansas farm with her uncle who is named Henry and with her aunt named Em. One day she and her dog are blown away in a cyclone and deposited in a strange and magical place called Oz. The name of the dog, once you go through the text, you will come to know, that is Toto. A kind of fairy advises her to go to the Emerald City and find the Wizard of Oz, who is the only person who can help her reach her home. On the way, she meets many interesting characters like the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the Cowardly Lion. In the present story, she meets the Tin Woodman. So already it's been mentioned that this story is about many encounters. This story is about the journey of Dorothy going back to her own place, her own land, her own home, where she resides with her uncle and her aunt. This particular passage, this particular text is about her encounter with Tin Woodman. Because through the journey when she is supposed to go back, she comes across many characters. And one of them is the Tin Woodman. So here we'll begin with the story. When Dorothy awoke, the sun was shining through the trees, and Toto had long been out chasing birds around him and squirrels. She sat up and looked around her, Scarecrow still standing patiently in his corner waiting for her. So because she is a human being, she needs sleep. And in the morning when she gets up, she finds as usual that her dog Toto, he is busy playing with squirrels and birds, while the Scarecrow, which is an inanimate object, and because of his, because his corner has been mentioned there, so because of his inanimate characteristics, it is very unusual for him to sleep. So that is why the Scarecrow has been waiting for Dorothy to wake up, so that once he wakes up, he can present himself, or he can suppose something which he is disdained to do. We must go and search for water, she said to him. Why do you want water? He asked. Here he is mentioned to the Scarecrow. So after getting up from her sleep, Dorothy wanted to have some water, and the water is not prevalent there, the water was not available there. For that she required to search for the water along with the Scarecrow. To wash my face clean after the dust of the road, and to drink so the dry bread will not stick in my throat. So she gives the reason why she needs the water. The first reason is that she needs to freshen herself up because it's morning, and because after a long walk she feels that her face has been covered with dust. So to clean it, she needs some water, whereas she also needs some water so to gulp the piece of bread that should not stick in her throat. It must be inconvenient to be made of flesh, said the Scarecrow thoughtfully. So the meaning of inconvenient we have here is causing trouble or difficulties. So as we have already discussed that the Scarecrow, he has very less quality of animation. That means he has very less quality of an animal or of a human being. That is why, because he is not made of flesh, he does not require anything to eat, and he does not require anything to drink, which is very necessary for the human beings. That is Dorothy herself. That is why the Scarecrow, being a thoughtful person or thoughtful individual himself, tells that to be a human being is difficult, to be a part of a flesh is difficult. For you must sleep, eat and drink. Now he gives the reasons why he feels that it is very inconvenient, it is very difficult to live life like a human being. However, you have brains, and it is worth a lot of bother to be able to think properly. So the only one thing which the Scarecrow finds is good or is the best for the human beings is to have a brain, and he feels that this is something which helps a human being to think properly, to decide properly, and anything other than that, to be made of flesh, is nothing but makes your life inconvenient.